Hello everyone, this is Kelly Hampton. This is my first CD. We're entitling it Celestial Tapestry, or Celestial Tapestries from Archangel Michael. This first teaching, he's asked to be called Elevating Your Practice of Self-Awareness. And so, as I do often in my work, I feel as though it's most powerful rather than me reading from something perhaps Michael has channeled before. A lot of times in the teaching I like to listen live. So that's what I'd like to do for you today. Appreciate your faith, your time, you. So let me do the invocation and we'll bring him here sooner, bring him to the level of the sacred garden. Michael, what do you have to share with everyone that might be listening today? What is your teaching about increasing everyone's practice of self-awareness? What do you mean by that, and what can we all learn? Anytime someone is present, we say they're fully aware. The thing that seems to plague most human beings the most when they're not present is preoccupation. Preoccupation with the past, preoccupation with the future. One causes depressive type thinking and the other can cause anxiety. So what I intend to do in our time together and talking about elevating your practice of self-awareness, self-awareness means being, simply being present. There are many ways I could suggest that souls begin a practice such as this. One of the solid foundations of energy which I would like to share would be consistency. Consistency. Consistency you can think of as the mortar that lays the foundation. So I would ask each of you with a loving and open heart to think about listening to the following teaching, implementing it in a consistent fashion in your lives. In no particular order, what I'm talking about, what I'd like to go to in helping everyone be present, might be a meditation. There are many, many, many spiritual teachings, many, many meditations that we could go to. We, the collective consciousness, we, you, and I. First of all, if you're listening, remember your breath, the elixir of life. Each of you may wish to close your eyes. If you take a seated position, you're connecting with your root chakra more fully with the frequencies of Mother Earth. If you're seated directly upon the Mother, if you're elevated from her, any comfortable position. I myself also speak of ascension energies being facilitated by the use of clear quartz crystals. So in our practice of being more self-aware, which means more present, I'd be asking each of you to consider making a crystal bed simply by laying 6 to 7 to 8 to 9 to 10 clear quartz crystals in a circle around you, presuming that you're seated on the Mother. If it moves your spirit to lie down, such as in a yoga position on your back, on a mat, on a blanket, on something sacred, by all means do so. The number of crystals would be the same. I would ask you to space them out, placing the crystals in a clockwise fashion, and then placing your body in it, either in the circle or in an oval, if you can imagine your body lying prone. This would be the way I'd like you to begin. Now then, with eyes closed, Slowly bring your awareness to the breath. The breath, as we say, is the elixir of life, breathing from the belly. Counting the breaths if you feel it's helpful. In, 1, 2, 3. Out, 1, 2, 3. In, to the count of 3. Out, to the count of 3. Do this connection, a reconnection with the breath, until you yourself feel as though you're connected. The number of breaths and the time it takes you to do this will vary for everyone. When you feel as though you are collected within oneself a bit, then I'd ask you to do the following visualization with me. Imagine at the top of your head a glowing star, a glowing diamond, a glowing crystal star-shaped diamond, beautiful in its magnificence, radiating rays of clear quartz crystal energy all around you in all directions. Keep continuing with your breath. In to the count of 3. Out to the count of 3. In to the count of 3. Exhaling to the count of 3. Now then, as you're continuing to imagine this beautiful crystalline diamond star shape in your mind's eye, maybe by now perhaps some of you will see it. It is a tool like all tools to help you connect with the divine within you. Imagine this feeling then of pure bliss. Imagine whatever pure bliss means to each and every one of you. It will be very individual. For some of you, pure bliss may mean the release of the preoccupation of the duties of the world. For others, it may remind you of a childhood memory of a very loving and warm time. Take a minute and go deeper into this visualization, allowing the mind to find the spot that resonates pure bliss to you. Doing this exercise from day to day, you'll probably find that that spot of pure bliss isn't always the same. Perhaps one day, as you settle into this self-awareness exercise, you will think about a very happy childhood memory, reliving it, if you will. Another time, perhaps, your moment of bliss has no memory associated with it at all, but it's a feeling of acceptance, feeling of being loved, feeling, imagining, if you don't feel the feeling, imagine yourself being loved and accepted without judgment, without ridicule, as the perfect divine sparks each of you are. Continue the 3-part breathing, letting your mind, letting your body drift in any and all directions with this frequency, with this visualization, being facilitated by the imagery, being facilitated by the clear quartz crystals which surround you. In this space, if your mind does form a thought, honor it and bring your mind back to bliss. Whatever bliss may mean to you, however you visualize it, however you feel it. By now, some of you that are hearing my words and my vibration, the diamond has become a large, almost blinding light energy that encompasses your whole entire being. For those of you that are not seeing or feeling this at this time, simply imagine that this white diamond energy fully encases you from the top of your head to the tops of your toes. Imagine fully, more fully now, the feeling of being totally loved, totally accepted, totally honored. For the perfect, pure love spark that you are. Some of you, by hearing my vibration through this channel, might find yourselves drifting off into different dimensions. By all means, do so. Allow whatever it is to be. In future awareness exercises from day to day, you might find it useful and handy to have some type of writing instrument next to you so you can record your experiences when they're over. Some of you I know will want to do this. Others will simply wish to be purely and fully in the moment. What I'm saying, however, is that some of you are going to get further visions by hearing my vibration through her and by doing what's suggested. Some of you may even be time traveling, going to multi-dimensions, multi-consciousnesses for the purposes of transmuting and transferring more love, transmuting disharmony and transferring love. Some of you, I feel, are there now. Some of you, I feel, will be seeing and connecting with sparks of light energy, light, white light. Oftentimes, I myself appear as white light spark energy. I'm suggesting that each and every one of you stay in this state of being for a minimum of 10 to 15 minutes, and extending it longer if possible. The 10 to 15 minute time period will give your body, your mind, mind, and spirit time to absorb the frequencies that you're creating more fully. You might find yourselves coming up from this exercise with a very deep, restorative type feeling. This is how every human was intended to feel all the time, restored in love by being loved. Simply, I would say to each of you, when you're ready, simply bring your awareness back to your third eye, if you wish. Imagine, if you will, the diamond energy slowly rising up from your feet, from Mother Earth, rising again, withdrawing its energy up through the top of your body. And when you feel ready, rise up, slowly, gently opening your eyes. Know that you have done something very good and loving for yourself today. And every day that you do this self-awareness exercise, connecting yourself to Source.